Hi, Aries. Welcome to your love forecast or your love reading for December 2019. We're going to connect here and see what's going on with Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and Venus. It's always nice to check out your Venus sign when you're looking into love. That can be very helpful. But we're going to see what's happening for you all, Aries, in the month of December 2019. Happy holidays to those of you who are observing holidays this time of year. And let's see what is going on. Okay, we're going to do 5 cards. Here's your first card, second card, third card, fourth card, and fifth card. Your cards are coming out really easy, Aries, so easy breezy lemon squeezy, or just easy peasy lemon squeezy. Energy could be very clear for you in love in December. Let's see what's coming up. I have a feeling some decision has been made and some plan might already be in place. You've got 3 of Cups coming up right off the bat, so that's celebration, that's having a good time, that's having fun. So it could be that some of you are just in a more social mood, more so than usual. And 3 of Water can indicate that you might be meeting someone at some kind of social event or get together. I feel that this is something that you might be planning. I felt something interesting for Libra where I felt like they might be speaking at an event or something and somebody might be pursuing them. Or they might be like toasting, like doing like a best man or a maid of honor kind of thing, and someone was going to notice them and pursue them. I get kind of sort of a similar thing for you guys, but instead of like you speaking at this thing, I feel like you're putting it on. You're putting it together. So maybe you are organizing a birthday for like a Capricorn friend in December or a Sagittarius friend, or you might be doing something, getting together some kind of an event. And I feel for those of you who are single, you are meeting someone in the process of doing this. Other ones of you might be meeting someone at an event, or you're just getting social. You're getting out there, you're having a good time, and this is attracting energy your way. It's attracting friends that might be leading you down the line to meeting someone, but definitely social energy. 3 of Water can also sometimes indicate celebration and celebrating something like an engagement. And so for some of you, there could be something happening where there's an engagement or there's like good news that you want to announce to everyone. It can sometimes be associated with announcements as well. So it could be a relationship coming to the next level to where you're announcing it to friends and family. It could be, including a loved one in a family get together, or you being invited to, attend the family get together of someone that you're getting to know. There could be some next level energy sometimes with 3 of Cups as well. Next we have here 8 of Earth. And so this is doing the work on something. This is putting in the effort to make something happen. Okay. So I feel that I said in the beginning, I feel a choice has been made. So either you have decided to invest your time and energy in a relationship, or someone is making it known to you that they are choosing you. So maybe if it was like you were getting to know someone and they had other options, or there was still other people, they're like, you know what, Aries, I want to get to know you. I want to focus my time and energy on you. So something having to do with putting your time, your energy, your effort into this relationship. I also feel with this card, like this element or this sense or this feeling of trying to understand you. I don't normally get that feeling with this card or with 8 of Earth or 8 of Pentacles in general. But I feel, Aries, those of you where you've been, you're in a relationship or you're dating someone, I feel this person's trying really hard to understand you. Like really, really hard. It's important to them to make you happy. And I feel like they might be a little bit confused. Like they're having a hard time figuring you out. So one thing that you can do that's going to be very helpful for this person, because they're trying, they're really putting in the effort. Some of you, it could be somebody from the past who's come back, and just whatever the case, someone's really putting in the effort to be in this relationship with you. It's really important that you be very, very just like extremely straightforward with them. Like, don't drop hints, or don't assume that they know, or don't rely on common sense, because unfortunately common sense is not so common. And so I think that Aries, you're going to really have to spell it out for this person. And it could be that they're nervous, right? Like, they're nervous and they just want to make sure that things go well. And that could be why they're a little bit flustered or confused. But I really feel someone's really putting effort into a relationship. I also feel, Aries, some of you are going to have an opportunity to do some kind of self-improvement or self-betterment, even if it doesn't seem to be related to love life. Even if it's something like, oh, you know, take a course in meditation, or oh, here's an opportunity to take a course in learning how to paint, or whatever it might be. I feel there's some offer for you to take up some kind of learning. And Spirit is saying this is going to be impacting you in your love life. Either it's going to be a release for you, or help you heal in some way that's boosting the energy and making love life go better for you. Or it could be the link here to meeting someone that you've been trying to manifest. But I do feel for some of you, there's some course of study that's being offered to you, a workshop, a class, a training, you know, something is presenting itself, and Spirit is saying you need to go, you need to take part. Next here, my darlings, we have Two of Earth. Two of Earth is busy, 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 busy energy, like a lot going on. It could be stress, it could be feeling a little overwhelmed, and it can be feeling very short on time. So this is something you're going to have to pay attention to, Aries. There could be a relationship that as a result is being very stressed. You're going to have to find also ways of playfulness. When Two of Earth or Two of Pentacles comes up for me in a love reading, especially, okay, if it's going to apply in two different ways. If you're in a relationship, the way that it's going to apply is that you might be trying really, really hard to make the relationship work, and there might be a whole lot of, we need to talk about our feelings, or we need to talk about what happened, or we need to talk about where this relationship is going, or I feel like you are holding back, or, you know, you're not opening up enough, or things like this can be happening. And maybe it's vice versa. Maybe someone's doing this to you, Aries. Maybe you feel like someone's just constantly like trying to pick your brain, or get to the bottom of what's going on in the relationship, and that is not going to get you what you want. Two of Earth is saying that there needs to be some playfulness. There needs to be some having fun. And once this person feels like they can connect and bond with you through, you know, playfulness and through like that lighthearted energy, they're going to let their walls down, and they're going to open up, and they're going to be able to tell you more, you know, what their fears or insecurities might be, or why they're holding back, or what they're worried about, or, you know, game plan is, or what their hope is for the future. But there needs to be a playfulness. Now, I want to really emphasize something here, because Spirit is telling me to emphasize this and to clarify this. This doesn't mean that, for example, say you've been getting to know someone and you decided, Aries, that you want to take things slow in the bedroom. Spirit is telling me some of you need to know this. Like, you've made a decision that, you know what, I'm going to wait until I'm in a committed relationship, or I'm going to wait till I'm sure about someone. When I say have fun and be playful, this doesn't mean to jump into bed. You're not going to win. Like, that's not playfulness. I'm talking about playfulness, like really doing fun things together, you know. For some of you, that could be going bowling. For some of you, that could be going dancing. For some of you, that could be taking some kind of a painting class together. It's going to be different depending on what your interests are. But I'm talking about playfulness. I don't mean playfulness in terms of like, you know, like, oh, just, don't be so rigid and just anything goes. If you're comfortable, if you feel like you want to go there with someone, then by all means, it's your life. But don't do it if you're misunderstanding what I mean by playfulness. I don't mean that you need to, let down your walls and jump into bed with someone before you feel ready or before you know where the relationship is going. That's not what I'm saying, and that's not what Spirit is saying. But, like I said, having a good time together. If you are single, the way that this is applying is that you might have been putting a lot of planning into your love life. You might have been doing a lot of things with yourself, like self-improvement, working on yourself. Maybe you're trying to, step things up with your life and where you are with your career, your job, your education, the way you look, whatever. Or you might even be trying to step it up in terms of where you're going. Like, oh, here's a good place to meet single people. Here's a good place to meet, someone who might be looking for a relationship. Or how can I word my online dating profile? Like, how am I putting it together to where I'm going to attract the right attention? And I'm not saying you can't date online, but what Spirit is saying, if you're single and Two of Earth comes up, is that you might be treating this way too much like a formula, way too much like something scheduled and planned. And love is not like that. Love is spontaneous. Love arrives. Love is energetic. Love is not programmed, okay? And so the best way that I can explain this is if a rose blossoms and opens up, the rose blossoms, it blooms, the bee picks up on the scent and comes to the rose. The rose doesn't grow feet and run around looking for bees. Okay, it doesn't have to. It just does its thing, and the bees find it and come to it. And Two of Earth is saying, Aries, this is how love is going to come to you. You don't have to push so hard in being this perfect person, or try to time it, or try to make it happen at a certain time, or try to analyze, a plan to bring it in. You just need to be in your zone. You need to be in your vibration of being yourself, being in your joy, being in your happiness, and this person will show up. This person will just kind of fall from the sky, right? And so it's very important, my darlings, that you remember that, to be in the playfulness, to be in your joy, to be in your bliss, and that little bee will come and find you, okay? So next we have your Seven of Fire. A lot of you have been doing some really positive things to improve a relationship, or to improve, your chances of finding a healthier relationship. And Seven of Fire is saying stay on it. Keep doing it. You're doing a good job. It also makes me feel, anytime I see Seven of Fire, I feel like there's going to be people around you that are trying to bring you into their negativity, that are trying to bring you into their drama. And it's important that you not really respond to them, because if you do, that's it. They're grabbing onto you, and they're pulling you down. It's crabs in a bucket. So for some of you, this could be in terms of you might have somebody instigating things with an existing relationship. It could be friends, it could be family, and they might not be flat out saying, oh, I don't like this person for you, but they might be asking you certain questions, and they might be bringing up certain topics, where they're stirring the pot. They're stirring the pot. You need to avoid this person, okay? It's toxic. There's a difference between someone caring about what's happening in your life and caring about you, and someone who's instigating problems in your relationship, or someone who's trying to get in your business and making you feel like crap about where your love life is because they're miserable with themselves. So I do feel you're going to have to be on the lookout for toxic energy in that way. For other ones of you in a relationship, I do feel some of you are trying to smooth over a misunderstanding that began a few months back, and maybe it keeps resurfacing, maybe it keeps coming up, and maybe you guys are on an agree to disagree kind of basis. I feel it may be coming up again in December, and Seven of Fire is saying that in an instance where it has to do with being respected, or boundaries being respected, or the relationship being one that honors you or respects you, you're going to need to stand your ground. You don't have to get into an argument. You don't have to get into drama. But just very clearly, especially those of you where you have someone returning who's trying to work to prove themselves, they might start doing things where they're slipping. They might start doing things where they're going back to their old ways. And hey, in the past, it's worked for them because you all have agreed and you've swept it under the rug. But this time that you can't. You can't sweep it under the rug. You need to stay your ground in terms of like the boundaries and the things that are going to cause someone to come in and have like a healthy relationship with you. You know, like I said, it doesn't have to be arguing. It doesn't have to be fighting. It doesn't have to be drama. It's just kind of like, okay, well, you know, you can't disappear on me and expect a relationship. You know, like things like this. This will be successful and this person coming around. You just have to be sure that you're not letting things slip back and then ignore that they're going back to the old ways. Okay? So watch out for that, those of you who are in an ongoing relationship. Next, we have your 7 of Air. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Aries, those of you where you do have someone coming back from the past, you really, really need to make sure you're not letting them slip back into the old ways. 7 of Air to me is like somebody's been watching you. Okay? Like an ex or someone from the past. Again, it could be a new person as well. It could be a new relationship. Let me clarify that. Where someone's really coming into, pursue you, but they've been watching you. So either you all have mutual friends and they've been keeping tabs on you, or if they're on your social media, they might be kind of posting these kinds of things where like they're posting something, you're like, wait a minute, is that directed at me? I just kind of posted something similar to that earlier. Are they trying to get my attention? Damn straight they're trying to get your attention. But this is where you need to be cautious, Aries. With 7 of Air, it's telling me that this is someone that is watching you to figure out where they're going to get in with you because they want to put on a mask. They're not going to show up to you as who they truly are. They're going to figure out what you like, what you're into, what impresses you, and then they're going to pretend to be that person. They're going to pretend to be that person until they get what they want. And once they get what they want, they're going to drop the mask or run off again. And so some of you do have someone showing up who really appears to be doing the work. You got to make sure that they keep doing the work, that you're not going to let it slip back, and that you're not just going to like jump into a relationship with this person until they've been able to prove themselves. Okay? Some of you also, you need to really be cautious, especially those of you who have someone who's returning. You know, the holiday times are a time when people get very sentimental or they get lonely, and the 7 of Air person is going to take advantage of this. They're going to say, oh, this is a good time to reach out, right? They might be, in need of some cuddles here. They might be in need of some love in here, and they're going to reach out. And so they need to prove themselves before you go giving them another chance, because they're also kind of riding or banking on the fact that you're going to think, oh, it's the holiday season and they thought about me. Oh, I must be very special to them. They see you as someone that is not going to give them the time of day, and so they're coming in ways or opportunities that they feel like they're going to have a chance because they know that you're too good for them, Aries. They know that you're too good for them. So don't let yourself, fall into that sentimental kind of thing where it's like, well, okay, let me give this person another chance. Be cautious of them, and they need to prove themselves to you. I feel also very strongly that I need to tell you this, Aries. Those of you beginning a new relationship, you need to guard this relationship. Or even not, those of you in a relationship that you know that you're going to be with this person, you need to guard this relationship, because I do feel, again, there's people who are going to be trying to figure out from you what's happening in the relationship, and they may be using it against you. And I'm sorry to say, Aries, I feel that for some of you, it's because this person wants to be with the person that you're dating. And I kind of feel like they're instigating things in a way where they want you all to break up because they want to try to swoop in. And so, like, I do think that sneakiness for some of you is coming in this way. Someone has some ulterior motives in like, interfering with your love life, whether they want to be with you, right? Like, you know, they're into you and they want you to break up and they want to be with you, or they're into the person that you're with and they want you all to break up so they can be with the person that you're with. You're going to have to be cautious what you say. You're going to have to be careful where you step. I also feel some of you need to be very cautious about posting. Like, you know, sometimes when, like, you're out on a date or something, you know, you might kind of check in on Facebook, or you might, you know, put something on Instagram and you might like tag where you're at. Don't do that. Don't do that. In December, don't do that, because I feel that someone is keeping tabs. It could be an ex. It could be a family member. I feel there could be something happening where it might lead to some kind of like confrontation, like someone showing up where you all are at and starting a fight or starting drama, or just in general. Like, you don't need people keeping tabs on you. You don't need people knowing all your business all your time. So, and if you want to post it, you know, pictures and things, maybe post it later, like after you're home, but like not like, you know, live in that moment. I don't feel like you guys have to be paranoid, but I do feel that for some of you, that's like a really important thing. It's just be cautious, because you might have someone show up and, you know, try to be catty or try to act like, oh, you guys are here too. Oh, well, let's all hang out together. But they have some kind of ulterior motive, or they might show up and start drama. So just be cautious of that. Be careful where you step. And not everyone needs to know what's going on with your dating or love life or relationship in December, because you might have some shady people trying to come in here with that, guys. So keep that in mind. Be sure to watch your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign video. It might bring extra information. It might be helpful. And people always ask me, which one should I watch? Which one should I watch? You know, in terms of rising, moon, whatever. A lot of people have said to me that their Venus resonates most when they're looking at love, because Venus is going to rule our love, right? And for me, sometimes my Venus will resonate when I look at love videos. I have not had time to sit down and watch reading videos in a while, but when I used to, or when I have, I find that typically, usually my moon resonates the most, you know? And if my moon doesn't resonate, then I might watch my Venus or my rising. It's going to be different for different ones of you. So just my advice is, maybe for a few months, watch all of them. Watch your moon, watch your rising, watch your Venus. And after a few months, you should have a pattern where you know which one resonates with you the most. And then you'll just kind of know, okay, well, you know, this resonates for me in love, or that resonates for me in love, or whatever. So you can try it that way. I think that could be helpful. Don't forget to watch your weekly forecasts, guys, for all the other important areas of love, life other than love. Private readings are still on pause. I will announce when I'm doing private readings again. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'm wishing you a fabulous holiday.